You guys, we haven't talked about Lilly Singh in almost 3 years, and I really wanted to know what happened following her late night show that aired in 2019. What has she been up to, the projects? And we're going to get into everything, plus some of what Lilly has had to say in reflecting on that late night show that she did on NBC. It's crazy to think about the fact that it's been almost 7 years since Lilly Singh had her very own late night show, A Little Late with Lilly Singh. And it's crazy to look back at all the drama that came from it because people did not think it was funny. Brittany Broski had later come out to say that Lilly was set up to fail, and I honestly do believe that. Lilly's audience was young and the show was coming on after midnight, and the jokes that she made were cringy, and she was trying to do the traditional late night show when it wasn't exactly what her core audience wanted from her. I think the network thought, well, she has millions of followers, let's give her a show, and it didn't really work out. And it's crazy to think that 7 years later, so many creators have their own version of a talk show that are now on streaming platforms like Netflix. I mean, Jake Shane's podcast was just put on Netflix, and it's in his format that his audience knows and loves, and it's working. But I feel like back in 2019, the networks and studios weren't willing to work with Lilly on what would be best for the show to succeed, that her audience would want to transfer over to. They just thought, well, late night has worked forever, so it should work here. But that wasn't the case. And now in 2026, it feels like late night shows are kind of dying in a way. I mean, I think most people are watching it through clips. To be honest, I don't know that many people that are actually turning on cable and watching late night. They're watching the programs that they want to watch on their For You pages, either on their phone, they're watching YouTube on their TVs to go to sleep, and maybe they're watching late night on there. But I do think it's rare that people are actually turning on the cable watching late night as it is airing. Now, Lilly opened up a few years ago about the entire experience and admitted that the jokes that she made on the show were in poor taste, and also talked about them just not having the budget to really get things right. They shot multiple episodes a day and extremely ahead of time. I mean, I remember it was quote unquote new episodes were coming out for her, and she was in the studio with the live studio audience making jokes about vacation and making out, and people were like, what is going on? But the episodes were just shot so far in advance that it just didn't make sense by the time it came out.
My first season of my late night show, half of the episodes aired during a pandemic, and I am talking about parties, traveling, making out, hooking out with people, all, with a live audience. And so already people are like, what the F is this?
Because you pre-shot all this before the pandemic hit.
Correct.
That
was
you're
season
releasing
1.
it mid-pandemic.
Correct. Already set up for failure. That was season 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Season 2, my final season, where I'm like, okay, now I find my voice, I'm trying to do better. Full pandemic. Full pandemic. All interviews over Zoom, couldn't even get the Wi-Fi to work in the house.
That is rough.
So you also gotta look at like, oh, so she got 2 seasons of a show that were also pandemic seasons?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every other show that existed during that time that was having pandemic, you were like, oh, let's cut them some slack. Let's give them a break. They don't have my show purely existed in the pandemic.
And honestly, it was confusing because for other late night hosts like Kimmel or Fallon, they shoot their show the same day it goes out on TV. Maybe on a Thursday, they'll shoot an extra episode so they don't go to work on Friday. But typically, they're shooting the same day the episode is out so that everything can be very timely and make sense to the people that are watching it at home. But for Lilly, because hers was shot so far in advance, it just didn't make any sense by the time it hit the TV.
She failed and she sucked for these reasons, and it's more critical to actually look at it as a bigger picture and be like, well, why? Why did the sound suck? Why didn't she have the number of writers other shows have? Why was it at 1:30 if you're trying to do something new? The amount of times I would be on the late night set and walking towards my monologue mark, and I would talk to my producer and I'd be like, just so we're on the same page, both of us know this is not funny. Like, I'm gonna go out there and really pretend it's funny, but I know it's not funny.
And this is the stuff that was written for you, that you wrote?
Written for me, but I also have to say it's not the writer's fault. My writers were very funny.
Yeah.
So don't be confused. This is not me crapping on the writers. My writers were extremely talented, but my writer's room was half the size of every other show.
And it was so, how many episodes were you shooting a day?
2 to 3 episodes a day. Most late night shows shoot 1 a day.
Wait, why were you shooting 2 to 3 a day?
Because we had to shoot 96 episodes in 3 months because of our budget.
Why'd you have to shoot 96 episodes?
Yes.
Why? Why 96?
Well, the deal was for 96 episodes, and the longer a shoot is, the more expensive it is. But if you consolidate a shoot, it's cheaper. But our budget could not afford, like I couldn't shoot 1 episode a day and do 96 days of production. The budget would never have survived with that. So the writers that are so talented are spread so thin where they're like, yeah, we know it's not perfect, but this is what it is and we gotta go.
So I guess this is good enough, I have no time.
And Lilly said that she really learned that she was never gonna do something that she isn't proud of again.
Gotta go.
So I guess this is good enough, I have no time.
So I'd literally go out there and be like, it's the worst feeling to be like, I know this is not good. I know it's not this, but I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna say with a smile on my face, and I'm gonna laugh as if it's really good. that killed me more than anything. And so I will never do something again if I can't say I was proud of it.
And Lilly said that she really learned that she was never going to do something that she isn't proud of again.
It's the borderline. Having said that, do I make healthier choices after late night? Yes. I think after the first season of late night, I was in the worst physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health of my life, and I've decided to never go to that place again. So I go to therapy consistently. I will not cancel my therapy because of work-related things. I'll make sure it works in the schedule. I will not agree to do projects unless I know at the end of a long day I can go home and say that was awesome and I'm proud of that thing.
Anthony mentioned this, asking her if her pretending it was funny when it wasn't could be felt through the screen. And she does think that maybe the audience could feel that. And she says that some episodes she did think they were funny, but 96 episodes shot in a span of 3 months, you can't win them all. I think if she believed in what she was joking about and loved the content, it would have read better. But because they had to write so many jokes in such a short span of time, and it was her first time working with writers to crack jokes, not everything she was telling was her own. She admits that she was in a bad place when the first season ended.
I feel like I was so passionate about YouTube. I was such an advocate for YouTube. Subtle flex, but I'm just saying it. I helped The Rock launch his YouTube channel.
Hell
you know,
yeah,
I
I
encouraged
remember
Will
that.
Smith to launch his YouTube channel. I
Yeah.
was very much so like, YouTube is amazing. The community is amazing. The creators are amazing. Give them your money. They are real businesses. And I was such an advocate. And then I guess in my delusional brain, I was like, they're like my family and they got my back. And then when I did late night, to see that so many creators on YouTube like tore me apart the first chance they got, it was this irrational sense of betrayal, which I understand doesn't make sense because not every YouTube creator personally knew me and like was part of my circle, but it just felt like that. Like this platform that I care about so deeply and have been such an advocate for are the very creators, of which some, not all, are taking an opportunity to tear me apart. It just felt like a little bit of a betrayal.
And she also talked about being passionate about YouTube and feeling hurt when she saw how many creators were talking about her show, feeling like it wasn't the community that she thought it was. But if you're wondering what happened to Lilly after her late night show was canceled, she stayed on the big screen in shows, movies, and more. She's currently got 2 upcoming projects coming out this year, and she's been making major business moves. Last May, she announced that she was joining the Toronto Tempo ownership group and became the team's chief hype officer. She wrote on Instagram, "I don't buy Birkins, I buy sports teams. I'm beyond honored to have this opportunity to own a sports team in my hometown of Toronto." Little Lilly would never believe she's part owner of not 1 but 2 professional sports teams. In August, she also released the trailer for her movie Doing It, and it was her first ever feature by her own production company, Unicorn Island. She co-wrote, produced, and starred in it. And more recently, she started season 3 of her Shameless with Lilly Singh podcast. So Lilly has still been very much online, posting on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, creating content, producing. She's doing it all and saying yes to the projects that leave her feeling good. Like Brittany Broski said, she really feels like the network set her up to fail. But that is what has been going on with Lilly Singh and what she had to say over the years about the late night show. I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.